Hello retro game enthusiasts and welcome back to Retro Game Unboxing. Now I love playing games on original hardware, but sometimes you have to protect your original hardware by not continually plugging in things into it and playing games over and over again, because that's how you damage disk drives. Luckily, the GameCube, one of my favourite consoles of all time, has an upgrade. It's the Wii! Yep, the humble Wii itself can happily play GameCubes. You just pop the disc in the front there, and then you flip up this little hatch here, and you have got 4 GameCube controller ports and 2 memory ports. This thing is a functional GameCube, and you can use it instead of keep using your original GameCube and worrying about burning out the CD drive. What you do need to have, however, is original hardware such as gamepads and memory cards. Now, memory cards I've got no problem with, but gamepads, the rubber on my original gamepads are starting to go a little bit funny and I don't want to break them. So, I went out and got myself, for my charity shop, a third-party Logitech 3 gamepad. And oh my god, is this thing disgusting. It is yellow. It has got gamer juice and all kinds of horrible crunchy things. It looks like one of the screws is missing and it's not completely clamped together, but it does work apparently. So we need to get this thing clean, we need to get it taken apart, make sure it all functions and get it all up and running again. So I think we're going to start off with using some lovely nitrile gloves. When a bit of hardware is this dirty, I don't like to get it on my bare flesh, so yes, we're definitely going to have to use some surgical gloves. These are proper surgical gloves, but you can use any kind of rubber gloves. You can use marigolds if you want, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure you're protecting your hands, and also maybe put some glasses on as well so you don't get any splatter in your eyes, because who the hell knows what's touched this control pad in its long and disgusting life. Right, with those on, let's start off. Right, so let's have a quick look and see what we've actually got here. So this is a Logitech 3 third-party GameCube controller, and yeah, it has seen better days, but apparently it is working. So first we need to do is we need to have some cleaning stuff. I've got some kitchen cleaner here because it's degreaser, because this thing's covered in grease and grime, and some common all-garden kitchen towel. And yeah, I think we're going to start with let's start with the cable. Just get the cable a quick pull through it and get all the gunk off that, because I find cables are the easiest thing to clean. Just basically wrap it with some kitchen towel covered in degreaser and just slide the cable through it back and forth a few times, and you'll see, yeah, that is what happens to cables. That is vile. And then we'll move on to the plug and just get off any other kind of disgusting mess which is on there. And then we'll go all the way back down to the base of the cable again, and we'll do that a few times and just get this cable lovely and clean. With the cable done, it's time to clean up the connector at the end. I can see there's a little bit of corrosion on here, and yeah, I'll get some isopropyl alcohol on that later and give that a good scrub, and if that doesn't come off, I'll use some white wine vinegar or just some regular white vinegar, and that'll get rid of any rust that's on there. But yeah, let's get the dirt off here first and then move on. So I think we're going to start by basically giving this thing a bit of a degrease and get the worst of it off the front before I even try opening this up. And then once we've got it opened up, I'll give it a full deep clean and get everything else off this. We're not going to completely take this apart because that I think isn't needed. We're just going to make sure we get it nice and clean on the outside and get any detritus on the inside out. I don't think we're going to need to completely soak the circuit boards in here and clean up the contacts. I think we just need to give it a good clean. Right, okay, so let's make our way around the edges and see if we can't get the fascias clean, and then I'll break out the toolkit and we'll take it apart. Hang on, I think one of the screws is missing there. Well, that'll be fun. Right, as this is not an official Nintendo product, it won't be using any of those ridiculous 3-pronged screwdrivers, so you should just be able to use a regular Phillips or Posi-Drive bit, and I'm just using my Fix-It kit here. Other screwdriver kits are available. Right, start here and we'll start moving around. And oh, Okay, the iFixit is not long enough to fit those first two screw holes, so I'll remove the first few screws, and then I need to find a longer screwdriver for the rest of this. Watching me remove screws is boring, so let's fast forward this a bit and get to the good part. And with all those removed, let's get this shell off and see what we've got inside. It's still clipped together, but I'm pretty sure I've removed all the screws. There we go. I'm sorry, is that one of the screws still attached to the left-hand prong? How did that happen? Somebody's taken this apart and then put it back together like some kind of idiot. But yeah, we've got the vibration motor there. Not two, just the one in the centre. We've got the L and R buttons and a few bits and pieces, but we're going to sort those out later. First of all, though, let's get this cleaned up. I don't think I want to take apart the shoulder pads particularly. I think we can just scrub around those, as this is all plastic. It's a third-party control pad, so there's not going to be a lot of working parts in there. Bit of isopropyl 99% alcohol, and let's get scrubbing. Having seen the amount of dirt actually in this thing, I think I've decided I'm actually going to remove the shoulder buttons, just so I can get in there and make sure there's nothing loose around in there. Also, it means if the buttons are not working, I can then clean them out a bit. I keep all these screws and all the things I take out in this little tray on the right, just so I don't lose them. Right, now to get a Q-tip and some isopropyl alcohol and give this a good scrub around all of the joints, because all these little seams have just gathered up horrible, horrible dirt and gamer juice over the last few years. And yeah, this needs a darn good cleanse. So yeah, I'm just using your typical cotton swab and just making my way just slowly around the edge, cleaning up all of the seams. And with the seams done, it's time to move on to the nooks, crannies and screw holes. So yeah, just get right in there with the Q-tips and get all that horrible gunge removed from all those little crevices. It's a good word, isn't it? Crevice. And with the scrubbing of the screw holes done, it's now time to get some soapy water and just go over this with a sponge and a little bit of a scourer. Nothing too invasive, so we scratch the plastic, but enough that you've got a little bit of friction there to remove all the stuff in the scuffs, because there's a few little scuffs here which have dragged in some dirt. Give that a good sponge off, but just make sure you don't get too much water. We're not going to get any water on the actual circuit boards, and you'll be golden. And with the seams done, it's time to get onto the fascia here, because it's all over the place and those sticks need a good scrub and those buttons need all the gunge sort of scraped out of them. So let's start with a clean Q-tip and make our way around the front and just work out what we want to scrub at the back. Okay, I think it's time to get Mr. Scroll Sponge involved here. Those lines that you can see in the front are about 3 or 4 millimeters deep, so they've got lots and lots of gunge in there, and the Q-tip just doesn't find its way in there. So just going to use the scrubber here and get all of that filth out of there, and see if we can't get this looking a little less yellow, and get those little indents cleaned out. And with the preliminary clean, it's time to get a bit of dry kitchen towel to get rid of any moisture so nothing actually gets inside it, and remove any of the surface grime which has been loosened by the soapy sponge. Yep, I just saw something fall out as well. I think that was one of the rubber connectors from the top on the buttons. Yep, one of the L&R buttons fallen out, so we might as well just take both of those out. Give those a good clean up as well. And yeah, this is looking a lot better. It's looking a lot whiter, and those sort of indented lines have got all the muck out of them. And I'm just going to go around with this piece of kitchen towel on my nail just to make sure that any other dirt is removed from all these little details in the front. With the rubber thumbstick, I think a bit of isopropyl alcohol would probably do well, so I'll give that a spray on some clean kitchen towel, and yeah, just get that in all of the grips and underneath the sticks as well, because yeah, lots and lots of gunge has got inside the little ball joint here, but a bit of isopropyl will get rid of that very, very quickly. And with that done, let's get rid of some of the gunge inside the buttons. Now I've got just a normal screwdriver here, and I'm just very, very carefully getting out any of the nasty gunge. Give it a quick spray of some isopropyl. Don't worry about getting that inside, because it will all evaporate and you can't damage electronics with isopropyl unless you absolutely drown it in it, which I haven't done. So yeah, just get the rest of the nasty stuff out of these letters. These letters here, they always attract dust and damage. You get your fingers on them constantly, and they just get in the little indented X's, Y's and A's. Oh yeah, it comes out fairly easily. And yeah, the little nub in here as well needs a good clean with some isopropyl, and all the way around the ball joint so that it stays nice and shiny. And with that done, just through the last of the isopropyl from the gaps, it's time to have a quick look at the back here. And yeah, earlier the L and R buttons came out, so we're going to have to reattach those. So just put the little rubber bungs back on the corner circuit boards. Now I'm going to give these a quick clean before I put them back in. They don't actually have the letters indented, so they're just a little bit grimy. I won't have to actually get in there with a screwdriver and actually oink any dirt out. And then these just pop straight back in with the rubber connector touching like that. And there we go. Nice squidgy shoulder buttons. Give them a quick scrub with some more isopropyl. And then we'll pop them back in. Beautiful. And now it's time to put the pad back together. And with that done, this is a much nicer looking third-party GameCube controller. I mean, it's never going to be absolutely perfect. I'd have to retrobite it completely to get it to look absolutely perfect. But I'm not going to waste my time on a third-party Logitech 3 controller. And I'm very happy that this is nice, clean, safe to use. And it will work very nicely with my lovely Nintendo Wii and some GameCube games. I'm looking forward to playing some F-Zero and maybe some Metroid Prime. And yes, you can see very much cleaner and very much less yellow. This thing has turned out very nicely. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Retro Game Unboxing. Stay happy and safe. Keep your control pads cleaned and scrubbed.